I would describe myself as I'm humble and I like a good challenge. Started back in North Vancouver, so I'm originally from North Vancouver, and it started with way back was Lionsgate soccer, and then quickly into the North Vancouver FC. Yeah, those were the first few clubs that I was part of. I was actually born in Australia, and my dad's side of the whole family is Australian, so I did play obviously a bit of soccer there, and that's where it probably all started. But I think the true passion of it came from those days at North Vancouver FC. I think I just had a good group of players around me, and then obviously the coaches that got me into it. Earlier on, I was a defensive midfielder, but then quickly switched back to a center back. You know what? I love it. I during like when I was playing midfield, I love the idea of always kind of knowing where people were around me. But as soon as I went to the center back, you kind of have the whole view of everyone, and you didn't really need to worry about what's going on behind you. So you're kind of conducting a ship back there. So I do like that aspect of you've kind of got eyes on everything that's going on. I think throughout high school that was always the goal. And I think the my club that I was at, which was Mountain United, that was always they were always pushing that to move on to like a university level. But yeah, that was my goal. I guess it was grade 11, 12-ish when you started considering it and thinking about it, and I applied to only two other schools. And as soon as I put those other applications in, I heard more about UVic, and right away I was like, you know what? I'm set on UVic, and actually school came kind of first. Like I applied to the engineering program here, and I've heard it was great. And before I even knew that I could play on the soccer team, I was set in coming here. It's good. It definitely the first 2 years, and I mean even now it's still a lot, but I enjoy it. And if anything, the practices in the evenings are just a nice break from any type of schoolwork that you've been doing all day. So yeah, it's a lot, but I enjoy it. I think it was the whole team effort as well. Like I get that award and get the Defender of the Year, but there was two guys beside me doing just as hard and all the work throughout the whole season. So I think it's all the teammates, and I mean that year our team. I think a big part of it was the amount of goals we didn't concede. Like we had throughout the whole year only a couple, so a lot of clean sheets. And I think as we got a few that season, we were like, okay, let's just keep going, and we were kind of on a roll as a whole team. I mean, it's not just the defenders and the goalie that helped towards those clean sheets, but yeah, I think everyone was really motivated to go far that season. And unfortunately, we didn't in playoffs, but throughout the season, it showed that we were pushing for that. I like to consider myself like a bit of a smarter defender. Like I want to always be one step ahead, and I think the guys beside me as well are also that type of defender. So almost predicting play, not necessarily getting into so many crazy tackles, but yeah, intercepting balls and preventing issues before they come up. But yeah, that's my opinion on a good defender. Definitely competitive. I might not be too vocal about it, but yeah, really competitive as soon as I get on the field. Um, yeah, I like that kind of I don't know, short passes, breaking teams down, not necessarily long balls. And I mean we got a team that can play really well, and so that nice, I guess in quotations, a nice style of play where you're playing through teams. And yeah, that's kind of I guess how I describe myself. I like to attack as well. Even though I'm a defender, I love the attacking part and the build up part of the whole game. There's a group of us now that are all kind of in the similar stage of fourth year, even some fifth year, where we've been around kind of the league a bit. But I mean, the biggest thing lately I've been telling all the younger guys is just to enjoy it. Like, it goes every season flies by. Like already, we're way over halfway. Our team's only got four more games left, and it's just into October. So to enjoy it, obviously work really hard every training, and then yeah, if everyone's pushing each other, like even though you might be the number 26 player on the roster, like what you do at training pushes the team, and then years down the line, you'll be one of the 11 or one of the key players when others graduate. So I don't know, it's a kind of a never ending. People come in, people leave. It's always a changing team. I mean, everyone puts their names in at the end of the season, and a whole group of us on our team did. I was like, you know what, may as well see what happens of it. And then the funny story, actually, I was in the library. We have a quiet section, like the third floor of our library is fully dead silent, and I was watching it, and I hadn't heard anything from anyone beforehand. I was like, oh, just, obviously I'll turn it on, see what's going on, and I yeah, I think it was on the 10th pick or the 11th pick. My phone buzzed with like a notification from Pacific and something else. I was like, oh, that's weird. And then my name popped up in the 12th, and that was the first I've seen it and first I've heard of it. And I was looking over at my friend I was studying next to, and I mean, I had to just walk outside of the library. I was like, oh, this is real. But yeah, and then quickly heard from the club, and it was underway, and I was invited to preseason, the training camp. It was cool, and it was also just kind of, I mean, it's a big invitation to their preseason camp. Like, it's not necessarily there you are, you're on the team. So um, it was one step of that kind of like, well, okay, that's one step closer to potentially being on the team. And then preseason camp was good, and it went well, and yeah, then I got the U Sports contract. The whole experience it was really great. It definitely was a big shift from being uh, a huge part of the UVic team, and at training you're training, but every weekend that you're part of the 11 or even part of the 18 dressing. So yeah, and I honestly, looking back on my kind of soccer career, it's not, shouldn't even say career because it's not that long, but like I haven't really been in that position where you aren't being selected for the 18. And um yeah, it was definitely humbling and bit like, hey, you gotta work for this, and you gotta work for a position. So um I thought it was great, definitely, for me to experience that. And even by the end, like, I was like, hey, it might be realistic that I don't even like I dressed, maybe I think I dressed a couple games, but wasn't really close to getting onto the field. Center back's kind of a hard position to switch late in the game. But yeah, I was near the end. I was totally like, hey, look, this year it might not happen to even play a minute in the league, and I'll go back to UVic. I'll push again, and maybe next year will be the year. But there was a few injuries, and yeah, a few changes to the team, and it kind of made it possible that I was there and ready, and I could get a few minutes in. Oh, the craziest nerves I think I've ever felt, and it was an away game at Forge, which was the first game, and even during the week, I had known that I was starting, like I was playing the whole game, like they needed a defender. So uh, yeah, that day in Hamilton, I was definitely nervous, but super excited, and then it all happened, and I mean, we unfortunately lost, but I definitely like that night, I definitely could look back, and I was pretty proud of my performance, and I was like, you know what, that was exhilarating. Like, that was super fun. Yeah, hopefully I can have more experiences like that. And it was funny, like I obviously super nervous, and then the next game was at home, and I even felt a few extra nerves just because I was usually in the stands watching, and I could kind of hear what the fans were saying, and just I could feel the support that the fans have. So there was almost an added, okay, I gotta do it for all these guys as well. I'm one of their players now, and yeah, but it was just as fun and just as nervous, honestly. I think training habits and standards is the big thing. Like, they that team trained really hard, and then the games were games. But yeah, the training, I think, and the habits that everyone kind of showed every day is a huge one. And yeah, I think our team, even the UVic team so far, is we had good standards, but it's gotten even better. So that was the big thing I think I carried over to the team. I mean, if you do get drafted and find yourself in any one of those environments, I'm sure, like, the biggest thing is just put as much work in as possible. Like, obviously, 100% effort all the time, and just and learn, and like ask questions, experience it, and you're there to kind of just feel it and see what the whole environment's like. So just being open, curious. I don't think you need to come in act all big and stuff. I don't know. Usually they are the better players on the U Sports team, so it might be a bit of an ego, like not a boost at all. It's not a boost, but it's a bit of an ego. What's the other term? I guess the opposite of an ego boost. So just being open to that and knowing you got to work hard. What does success mean to me? I think when I think success to me, what just if you all the work you put in and the effort you put in, uh, then I don't know, comes to something and one of the goals that you've maybe set, I think that's success for me. Like I always wanted to go to university, get a degree and be able to play soccer and the work that I put in during high school and the club soccer um, led to me getting onto the UVic men's soccer team and that would be success for me. So all your work and effort that you've put into something then being rewarded. Um, I think that means success. I mean, to be honest, I think I'll play a couple more years of soccer. Maybe travel a little bit and maybe see if there's opportunities to keep playing overseas, but um, probably into a into a career job or still traveling. I definitely want to travel after university and just keep it all open. I don't really know where I'll go from there. Yeah, so I still have family over there, and we try to go back every 2 years since moving to Canada. And actually, the last time we were back was over Christmas. So that is definitely the number one spot where I might even just spend time there, and maybe play some soccer over there because I've got the dual citizenship, which would really help. Honestly, it's the best thing. Like I throughout high school and playing club soccer, we were always in a obviously different age group. And then I came here for first year, told him it was a blast and it was amazing time, and then he quickly wanted to come here as well. And then we were on the same team, and it was the first 2 years we weren't playing a lot, but now the last 2 years we're like he's part of the back line. Like I'm in the middle, he's on my right, and then we have Alex Moody on the left, and we're all the same type of player. So it's the best playing with them.